win 2-1.
Through my veins on the pitch where the glory remains. The cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground. Legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time. We march on through grit and grime. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham, till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly high. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham, till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly high. Through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. Whoa. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly high. Through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire.
Yes, welcome to THFC Till We Die, the ship that's sinking quicker than the Titanic did. The Titanic actually did very well, staying up as long as it did. Tottenham is sinking quicker. This is Tottenham 93-94 revisited, the year that Ozzy Ardiles nearly took us down in his first season, till we had to go to Oldham, who were in the third Premier League at the time, to get a 2-1 victory to stay up. We did lose 4-1 to QPR in the last game of the season. I have never seen a more pathetic, more lackluster, more cowardice performance as I saw tonight. The only players that could walk off that pitch with their head high was Mickey van der Ven and Xavi. Jed Spence, go and find yourself a new football club. Do you know, Morani, what are you still doing here? Vicario, please, you're the shittest goalkeeper since the shittest goalkeeper ever came out of Italian and Reigns there saying, just shut up, Dermo, and let me in. Joking, I am joking, by the way. I've just, and then we've got a West Ham team playing for their manager, fighting for every ball, fighting for everything. And again, we've got Enoch who can't make a decision to save their lives. Should Thomas Frank go tonight? Hell yeah. Is he going to go? Hell no. Because who are you going to put in? And that is a very good argument. Who do you bring in? And I understand that argument. But I think anything is worth doing to get some sort of a pre-manager bounce to get us out of the trouble we are in. Joining me, of course, for the next 10 minutes will be Tequila and will be Wayne, who were busy watching. I think Tequila was watching the game with the Benny Who music on, and Rain was just throwing stuff at the telly every time he saw Jed Spence and Morani, thinking, why can't my Scarlet not be there? But Tequila, how are you, bud?
I'm okay. I'm not. I don't share your anger, Dermo, because I fully expected us to lose. So I can't be doesn't make sense for me to get upset if what's happened is what I expected to happen. I thought we'd lose to Newcastle. I think we were going to get thumped by Arsenal, and I expected nothing more because this team's at home, especially, it's absolutely horrible. So I can't be angry about it if it's what I expected. I got angry a long time ago, but nowadays I'm much more calmer because my mental health is more important. So I can brush it off because I expect this to happen. So I can't share your anger. I understand it, Dermo, but I can't and won't share it with you for my own mental health. I don't let it get to me anymore. Sad because it means that I can't celebrate things as much either. It's one of those things where you just become a bit numb to it all. It's the best way I can describe it. I'm not saying that's what everyone should do. I'm just explaining my personal. I can't share your anger, mate, because it's what I expected. I feel bad for you, but I can't share the pain because they're dog shit. They've been dog shit for 2 years. It's 2 seasons now. They've been horrible. So
No, I get it. I understand. I respect it, and I get it. Rain, what you thought, bud?
Our squad is so badly put together that it's a joke. You know, we start out. We actually looked kind of okay for 10 minutes, just lumping the ball forward up to Odebear, and Odebear had to jump on Burn. We really should have. Any competent team looks at that and goes, "Yeah, let's just keep doing that. Let's just keep doing exactly that. He's gonna get something." Odebear, he's had a couple of decent games, and everybody's got very excited. Tell, Archie Gray today has had a half decent. Archie Gray is like a 5 or 6. He's a solid 6 player, and today he's had a half decent game. They didn't really press him. But Tell and Odebear, we've wasted money and time on these players instead of going out and getting these. And it just drives me nuts that Lang in January, after the January window, is still talking about a youth-centric, getting promising players model.
70 million on those 2 Rain, by the way.
Because it's just not. Come on, guys. Come on. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them. It's not bloody working. This is the culmination of getting Bergval, Gray, Tell, Odebear, of re-signing Werner, of signing Tell after we had a 6-month good look at him, after getting Mawani, who Juventus clearly got a good look at and decided that it wasn't worth the money to get him. What did they know that we didn't know? And then we've gone and got a left back who Frank clearly doesn't want to play. Why? Because he's 19. That's a very rational decision by Frank. And we keep on playing. As soon as we knew that Spence was playing left back, it was so obvious that the way we were going to play was going to be completely on the right hand side. And if I know it, then Eddie Howe has to know it, right? And if Eddie Howe doesn't know it, Eddie Howe should be sacked before Frank, because Jed Spence is not a left back. He just is not. He cannot kick with his left foot to save his life. He's always kicking with his right foot, and it's just too easy to stop him going forwards. It's just play the 19-year-old Brazilian. Just, the kid. Just play him. Stop. I just don't get it. I don't get. I'm angry enough I'm frustrated enough for the both of us, Tequila. I don't get why we keep on doing the same thing and expecting different results. Do you know what I mean?
When you say expecting, do you mean who? Do you mean the fans or the management, or when you say expecting, who's expecting?
The type of players that they've been signing for the last 6 years. Admittedly, Gallagher better. Zabi, better. Kudus, better. But it's too little too late. It's too little too late. They seem to think that they've got all the time in the world and that they can evolve the squad. No. Everybody knew in January that we were in a dire position and that revolution was needed. We needed Bissouma out. Bissouma was rubbish today. He was absolutely atrocious. Sideways. And the goal that was chalked off was absolutely 100% on Bissouma. He's the 6. He got attracted to the ball. They passed it through him. In 2 passes, they cut us apart because Bissouma has the discipline of a 2-year-old in a chocolate factory, right? He is absolutely horrendous. Yeah. Absolutely horrendous. He should have just been out of our club. Richarlison should have just been out of our club, and we should have got a proper striker in. All of these things are what proper football clubs do. They take proper decisions. This notion in January that we can't sign players because we've got a squad list and we can't go over that squad list. No, sod it. Tell Kulusevski, look, you're not going to play until April. We need players, so we're going to sign a player. That means that you're going to, even if you're ready in April, you're not going to be playing football for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We're going to make sure that you're ready for next season, right? Maddison is not coming back. We've got multitude of other injuries. Just get the players in, and they didn't do it. They've left us short. It's incompetence. It's horrendous management. So in answer to Dermot's question, who Frank has now confirmed it. Binay, Lang, and Frank, who were responsible for the transfer window, absolutely 100% them. And Frank needs to do something. He needs to stop making the same mistakes. Don't play Spence at left back. Play somebody else. Play Dragon. Do what Dermot said. Play Dragus in left back and bring Paulinho. Why was Paulinho not starting today? I can't believe that Paulinho.
Well, we all said the same thing before the game. That was baffling to all of us, wasn't it? That one.
I just got some breaking news. This is a rumor until confirmed, but a rumor is Thomas Frank has been summoned to the boardroom once all post-match duties have been completed.
They're probably going to give him a prawn sandwich or some cheese. They're going to give him cheese.
If I'm Thomas Frank, I've got the biggest smile on my face because I'm about to become an even richer man.
He's going to be the one who's going to be fed whatever meat it is by Salt BAE or whatever it is. Yeah.
I swear, guys, the Premier League is one of the only places in the world where you can fail and become a millionaire by failing.
Yeah. Well, West Ham are still 1-0 up and cruising as well, by the way. Tequila, can you mind just doing this just for 10 minutes? I've just got to do something in the background. So if you don't mind, look, I'll give my thoughts tomorrow morning. I'll do a pre-record on my thoughts on the Tottenham mess. But yeah, I needed something just cropped up here, so I need to jump off very quickly. So I let you in the hands of Tequila and Rain. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to drop you in it like this. I did put it into private chat, by the way. So I'll be in the background. I'll run the show and stop the show and that. But enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, okay. Zico Wilco. We got 2 bookings tonight for cheating. I don't like that. That's not the Tottenham way. Do you know what, mate? I don't disagree with you, but they all do it. Right, they all do it. They're all falling over. I watched Brighton the other day, and Minter went down like he was shot, and then had a massive, and then didn't get the free kick, and he was up straight away. Why is football letting this happen? Why is football letting these players get away with it? It has got to the point. I'm sorry, it's got to the point where if players don't do it, then they're not proper footballers, because that's what football's become. I'm going to go off on anything today. I'm so frustrated. So in this second half, I mean, I must admit, I spent about 10 or 15 minutes looking for Chuck Norris memes on my phone that I've had for some time and sending them.
I was a bit distracted as well. I was multitasking as well. So you're not alone, mate.
But we are. It's not all on Frank. These players cannot pass together, cannot pass to each other. The fact that we've got so many players out injured, and now we've got another one who's out injured, and we don't have a decent we don't have decent players coming up. And I'm gonna say it, right? And people can, laugh at it all you want. We send our half decent youngsters out on loan. Why? This is Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. They're going to get minutes. The last 3 or 4 years has proven that we need as big a squad as we can get. And youngsters from our academy are free because we don't have to register them on the squad list. So they would absolutely be getting minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Maybe we wouldn't have as many injuries if we actually had youngsters to come in and bolster this threadbare lack of quality squad. You cannot tell me that Dane Scarlett is a worse footballer than Mawani. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. The number, you have that list of the 10 things that you don't need talent to do in a job. One is turn up. I don't see Mawani turning up. Yeah, put in some effort. I don't.
Couldn't we recalled them though, Rain? If you wanted to, surely we can recall, for example, Scarlett or other players. You might have to pay a fee, but it wouldn't be that much. Why don't we recall them?
Yeah, I don't know what
short numbers. Why don't we recall them?
Yeah, why aren't we recalling Donnelly? Just put him out on the left-hand side. He cannot be worse than Tell. He can't. Tell can run, but he can't, and he can do step overs. He can't do anything else. There was serious rumours. That's fantastic. Sesko has indeed scored for Manchester United. I can't believe that I'm trawling.
You weren't as happy as Dermo though, so it's not. You weren't as ecstatic as Dermo was.
That's because I don't want to celebrate another team's, demise or success. I want us to be a proper football club again. I want us to actually play. I don't even particularly need us to be in the top two, top 2 or 3 like we used to be. I just want us to be a viable football club, and we're not. Exactly. Mikey Moore could absolutely do a job for us right now. Yeah? And Buskovic absolutely would be doing a job for us right now. I've been on other streams and people are like, oh, you just want the kids to play. No. I'm not saying I want the kids to play. What I'm saying is they're free. You don't have to register them, right? That's the definition of free. They don't cost anything in terms of our registration. And they've got to be better than what we've got, because what we've got is rubbish.
But who makes a decision though, Ray? You and me don't really know. We can assume, but we don't know. Is that Frank? Is he saying send him on loan because I'm not going to use him this year, or is that or is that more of a kind of a board thing where it's like, well, this player is a quote unquote asset for us, right? And we need to nurture our asset. So he has to go and get game time because we want him to be a player for us in a couple of seasons. Or is it more Frank saying, all right, I'm not going to play these kids, so I need to send them out? Who do you think is making that decision? It should be Frank, but is it Frank?
Frank has confirmed. No, it shouldn't be Frank. Frank. I don't think the coach should have anything to do with it.
You don't think Frank that he should decide if they go out on loan or not?
I don't think Frank should have anything to do with it.
Mm.
I don't think it should be anything to do with him. I don't think it should be anything to do, given that our coaches don't last more than 18 months. I don't think it should have anything to do with them. What happens to our footballers? They should be given a squad, and then they manage that squad, and they should have nothing to do with it. That's my full-on harsh opinion. The problem is that Lange is beyond useless. He is absolutely useless. He is. I don't think that guy gives a monkeys about the quality of his work. because he can't. If I would be so embarrassed if this was what I was doling up in terms of the squad quality. Now, Gerard, I'm going to call you out, mate. Right? Mikey Moore is a League One player at present. That's his standard. How do you know? How do you know? What evidence have you got that Mikey Moore is a League One player? Have we seen him play in the Premier League and fail? No. We've seen him do half decent in the Scottish League, mate. Right? And the harsh reality is he cannot be worse than Tell. He can't be worse than Tell, though.
I don't think he is. I thought he was okay. I know he didn't play that much, but I thought he was okay. I'm not going to say he was a world beater, but I don't think it was a significant drop off or anything. I thought that he was just as good or bad, however you want to look at it, as the rest of them. So why not keep him around? He's not League One. He's not League. I mean, that's. I don't know if he's got a bit tongue in cheek. It's not. He's not.
Guys. You need to understand. I'm not saying that these players like Donnelly, Mikey Moore, Dane Scarlett are world beaters. What I'm saying is we've got like 11 players and we've got 16-year-olds on the bench, and we're sending out our half decent. Mikey Moore is better than what we've got on the bench, right? Is he a Premier League player, right? Is he better than what we've got? Yes. Right? Is he better than what we've got? Yes.
I agree.
So why are we sending him out? Right? I'm not arguing that we don't need to buy a left winger because we've got Mikey Moore. That's absolutely categorically. Yeah, exactly, Zico. You're better than Tell. Right? Honestly, I think a lamppost is better than Tell. You could at least play it off it, and it would actually, go in a predictable place, in a predictable vector. Jamie Donnelly, again, I don't care if he's good or not. The fact is, we've got 16 and 17-year-olds on our bench, and Frank has got nothing. He's got nothing that he can do.
Alfie Devine as well. He could have been. I don't think he's that bad a player. I'm not saying he's a world beater again, but considering we've lost Madison and Kulu as well as an attacking midfielder, we could have used him.
And let's be clear, these are not the players who we want playing for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. But the squad is so badly managed that our players are rubbish, and we've let any players who could be on our bench go on loan, play for somebody else, and now we've got 16 and 17-year-olds on our bench. That's where we are. That's how incompetent these people are at managing our squad. Yeah, exactly, Gerard. Maybe, and you know what? It's like I can't remember what was it. I can't remember what the Europa League game was, where we brought on Scarlett, Ulasesi, and Ajayi, right? And they came on, and
we did well. Yeah,
for 10 or 15 minutes, they just did what kids do. They ran their legs off, and they are a big reason why we got through through the group stages of the Europa League. They were a massive reason we did. We were in dire straits. They came on and they just ran their legs off. And sometimes that's all you want from the kids in the last 10, 15 minutes. The other team's tired, bring them on and get them to run around a bit.
So I think I have an idea where me and you stand on it, but where do we go from here? I don't think we go anywhere. I think it stays as it is. According to Dermo, he might have been called to a meeting. We'll have to see if that's true or not. But would it make any sense, considering that Arsenal's our next game, we ain't getting nothing from that? Is it making any sense to anyone to sack him? I know that emotionally, I get it. I understand the emotions. But if you think about it, does it actually make any sense getting rid of him after this result in particular?
Look, from my perspective, the only consideration is who can come in. United have done a really good job. They've got an ex-player who's got managerial experience, and they've brought him in, and he's just, and so they're just managing. They're just managing a new. Oh, sorry, I just watched a replay. Oh, Man United have scored another one. They're managing their new manager bounce, and for us, we need to manage a new manager bounce. We absolutely need to. We're desperate. We are absolutely in the mud. We are sinking without a trace.
Does the quality of the manager then, for such short-termism, because we're talking 3 months, right? So for 3 months, does the quality of the manager matter that much, or is it just fresh ideas more than anything else?
I mean, I think you and me are in the same place. Whatever manager comes in, he is stuffed because the squad is rubbish.
Yeah.
It's I still recall at the start of the season seeing some YouTube content. The squad isn't that bad, and I thought you haven't got a fucking clue. You haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
I agree.
You just want to shove rods up people's asses. It's absolutely awful. See you later, Edel fan. But we do have to manage it, and it has to be a new manager bounce. So do we bring a new manager in now? Is that what they're doing? They're like, we've got 10 days.
I would consider that an absolute disaster if we were if so close to the end of the season that we would just take the first person who's available rather than doing a proper searched plan in the summer just because we're scared of the relegation. I understand it, but I would absolutely hate it. I would hate it rather than doing it properly, and that's doing it in the summer. There's going to be a lot of managers, even Tuchel and yes, Pochettino. I'm not saying that it's going to be one of them, but just 2 examples who will be free after the World Cup. That is the time to do it. And we should start planning now for it. That is the time to do it. I would hate the fact that we're just like, we'll take the first person who's willing to take it because it won't be our first choice because it won't be our first choice. And how long down the list will it be? People will say, well, Xavi's free. Not Xavi Alonso because there's no chance of getting that one. But the other Xavi, he's free. And there's been talk about him. I want to wait. Even if it's not Pochettino, I want to do it properly in the summer. I'm willing to write this season off. It's just the whole relegation thing. I'm willing to write the Champions League off. We're still in that, even though I think we've got a small chance. But I'm willing to say, okay, cancel. Technically, I'm willing to do that. To get it right in the summer, I'm willing to say, okay, screw the Champions League as well. I'm at that point, but I'm willing to do that now. The problem is the relegation. If the relegation wasn't there, I'd be feeling completely different.
So I think Eamon's got a really good point, which is I agree with you. I don't think we absolutely should not be signing a permanent manager now.
No.
We should be signing an interim. I agree with you, Roger.
Yeah.
But Eamon's point is absolutely spot on as well. What manager is going to come in now? How is it? Because we're only going to give them an interim role for 6 months, or 5 months, or however long it is, 4 months. And with what coach is going to look at this and go? Ooh, I mean, Man United have got Carrick because of the connection that they have with Carrick. Yeah, that's the biggest thing that they've got. They've got an ex-player. He's got a connection with the fans. Who are we going to get? Is it time to give a certain Greek a call? Is that where you're going to go?
No, not for me. Some people would say that though, but no. Though to be honest, he did have a good first 10 games. So if anyone could come and if that is all we would need, Rain would be a good 10 games because that's all we're asking for, right? And look, the job at hand now, it's not about getting to the highest position we can in the league. Let's be realistic here. Any interim comes in, the mission statement is as simple as it gets. Can you get us 9 points, please? Can you get us 9 points within the remaining games? Can you or not? That is your remit. Don't care if they're all draws. Could care less if you get us 9 draws, right? Can you get us 9 points to stop us being relegated, even if we finish 17th? Because that's where we're at now. There's nothing. It's a simple blueprint. And that's it. And is there managers out there? I think there's going to be younger managers, those who've got a bit of spunk about them, maybe a bit arrogant. You think, yeah, I'll give it. Yeah, I'll make my statement. I'll make my name. I'll go in there and I'll make my name for 3 months. Don't ask me who this magic man is. I'm just saying there probably are younger managers who have got that spunk about them and self-belief who might think they are. I think Robbie Keane's been mentioned. If I'm Robbie Keane, I don't touch. If I'm Robbie Keane, I don't touch this with a barge pole because he's doing quite good where he is. And yes, it's a massive step up. But what if he gets us relegated? What if Robbie Keane comes in and the poor chap gets us relegated? He's going to be thinking about that in his head. So it's a risk for someone like Robbie Keane to just come in and take it. It could go badly wrong. So then you've got someone. I think we've got to go the older route. This is what I've set up. I'm not sure if Redknapp will take it, but somebody like that, an older manager. Hell, you know what? Go give Martin Jol a call. My favourite Spurs manager. Go give him a call. He's not doing anything. It's just an example.
Yeah,
he was very loved by the fans. Was he the best tactician in the world? No. Was he the best manager overall in the world? No. He was good enough though. Do I think he could come in and get at least a little bit out of this team, enough to get us 3 wins? Yeah, I do. For 3 months. Or Redknapp, or someone like that. People have even been talking about Sherwood. What about? I don't know. Sherwood was horrible for us, but he did okay. For a little while, he had a great win record.
I think.
This is what we're thinking of now.
The game's not bad.
Exactly.
I've got to ask Gary Collins. Right, you've dropped something in the chat, and then you haven't said anything since. How do you know that? Because unfortunately, Dermot isn't here, and Dermot has, sort of some
Gary, I'll bring it up. I don't know if that's a troll, brother, or not. If you have confirmation of that, could you tell us where you got it from?
Because I've gone and quickly had a look. I'm on several WhatsApp groups, and I don't see anybody who I know would be talking about it, and I don't see anything on X. So if you do, like I'm on WhatsApp groups with people who know stuff.
I don't think that's being confirmed. Just in case people were wondering, I don't think that's.
Yeah, I think I would absolutely. I think a couple of my WhatsApp groups would have absolutely exploded if that actually had happened. So
the question was, it's like, who do we pick? Okay, one of the old guard for a 3-month thing. Somebody's put Randy Ramos. That's funny, but yeah, I mean, not him, but this is what we're going to do now. We've got to pick somebody. Put Hoddle. I mean, I don't think Hoddle would want it. To be honest with you, I think he's more than content with life now. So I'm not sure Hoddle would want that. But this is our options. We're now going through ex-players who generally were managers for us, who most of them were fired ages ago. Because
I think you're right, but I think the problem for them would be like let's take Harry Redknapp for example. He's not interested in it.
I don't think so either. No.
Even when he managed us, he still lived down in Sandbanks. And he
he ain't going to move. He's not going
right? to. He's not going to commute age 80, 72 or however old he is.
Unless they get him a helicopter every day. A private helicopter.
And Martin Jol, they're going to have to come. I think these are good. I think these are good shouts, but he's going to have to come and live close to the lodge, and and upend whatever he's doing. Is that what he wants to do?
He'd have to see it almost like a kind of paid vacation, where he's going to be like, okay, so it's only going to be for 3 months, so they're going to put me up of a 5-star hotel. Like, do you remember Conte apparently was in a hotel for his whole time? He never got a house. Yeah, it'll be like that. If it was somebody from abroad, it'd be like, well, there's no point me buying a place, or maybe I'll rent a place for a month or two if I'm only going to be here till the end of the season. That's it.
I don't think that's that unusual though. I think Jose did that when he was at Man United as well, and quite a few.
He
Chelsea
just
fans.
rented a place in
Yeah, I
United.
think they just rent a floor in a hotel, and it's just a massive suite.
Yeah.
But for these guys, these are reasonable suggestions. But for these guys, they don't need the stress. They're all loaded. They're quite comfortable. Do you know what I mean? I can think of nothing better than winning the lottery, paying off the remainder of my mortgage, and never having to work again. Do you know what I mean? And just doing hobbies. I can think of nothing.
The thing you've got to take into account, like there are some managers like a Neil Warnock or a Roy Hodgson. I'm not saying we should get them. I'm giving just two examples of kind of managers, older managers, you kind of can't get out of their system. Steve Bruce, another one, he keeps on saying he's going to retire, but he always takes one more job. I don't know if Redknapp's there. I get the feeling Redknapp is more than happy and he's there, that he doesn't need it anymore. And Martin Jol, I think, is probably the same. But I suppose you can always say, Rain, until you test the waters and maybe they get that itch for that one more moment of glory, that one more chance to be a hero. Because if somebody comes in and saves us from relegation, they will be classed as at least a minor hero who came in and saved us and then walked off into the sunset. And I'd imagine there's a part, maybe someone like Martin Jol, who did leave under pretty bad circumstances, bless him, if you asked him, might think to himself, there's a little ending. I can think of worse things for 3 months in London.
And let's face it, I mean, so what did we do in the 2020? What we did was we had David Plate, and every time we transitioned, there was that continuity. There was that older head who knew Spurs, knew what was going on, and supported. And maybe that's what these older guys come in and do. Maybe match day, you have somebody like Heitinger, but there's somebody like Martin Jol or something.
As like an overstudy, like the person who gives him advice rather than the front man.
Yeah, and maybe they're around the training pitch, and they have to do something because we are sinking without a trace. Frank is just doing the same thing over and over again, and what a surprise! We're getting the same results. We're not getting players back. I'm really, really, really. We're desperate, David. We're trying to come up with some kind of solution to an impossible problem.
It's not delusion, mate. I would love to know, David. I mean, since you put it out there, mate, by all means, you tell us what your grand plan would be.
Absolutely.
I generally want to know if me and Rain are so deluded because you put that in.
Any ideas? There's no stupid ideas right now. I chair quite a lot of meetings, right? And the amount of times I've been in a meeting and we're having a massive crisis. There's been some kind of semi-disaster. I can't tell you, right? Yeah. Somebody's done something really stupid, and I'm sitting there like, right, guys, there are no stupid suggestions right now. What can we do? And I've never meant those words more than I mean right now. Right? There is what on earth can they do?
This is what I mean. I mean, if there's something that we're all missing that you exclusively know, David, my friend, then by all means, please. We're all willing to accept ideas from others.
Big Sam's a great shout. Bring Pardew. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Just I think we're at the point where exactly N17. You missed my 10-15 minute rant at the start of the show. Right? It was like 10-15 minute rants. Tony Pulis, yeah, exactly. I don't care. Just somebody who can come in and, like Tequila says, in Tequila's brilliantly succinct way, we just need somebody to come in and get us 9 points. That's it. We just need somebody to come in. If it's, and you know what? I don't care. If it's Tony Pulis, we play a goalkeeper and 9 men and 1 striker, and we win 3 games 1-0. I don't care. That's.
I think stuff like performances I don't think this stuff does not matter anymore. Performances, how good the football is. Yes, at the start of the season, by all means, that matters. Now, it doesn't matter what the performances are. All that matters is getting the 9 points to say we need, no matter what. Yes, even Southgate, even Gareth Southgate, for all his failings and dull football, he's actually quite a decent manager. So actually, he probably would be able to get us enough. He would probably be able to get 9 points. There you go. I think he probably would. Bloody Southgate.
I would love Big Sam Coover. I would absolutely.
That's what Big Sam used to do, mate. That was his speciality. That's what he used to do.
Absolutely love it. James, I saw your post in the chat. Trust me. I
think James Mike's acting funky.
Sorting himself out. I saw James's post in chat. There is not a chance that this, or if they are, then they're the worst businessmen in the history of businessmen. There is not a chance that they're deliberately trying to get us relegated, because effectively they will instantly turn a 4 billion club into a 2 billion club, or maybe even a 1.5 billion club. They will absolutely destroy the value that they've got in the club, because no owner is coming to no owner. Yeah, absolutely.
That is because he said I didn't read it out. I've just found it. So that is his idea.
Right. I don't think this is a bad idea, but what I think part of what Tequila and I were saying is these older guys to come in and provide some kind of mentoring to Heitinga. Obviously, they're not going to go and travel around Europe for the Champions League. That's a young man's game, right? So absolutely, Heitinga, something has to change.
The thing is, didn't Heitinga not had a pretty bad record? Was it PSV or Ajax he was at? And he actually wasn't.
It was Ajax, yeah.
It was Ajax, and apparently he had a dreadful record there. So I'm just saying. I mean, we could do that, but he's gonna have his own different ideas, yeah. But since we're playing with fire, is there not a better option than just giving it to just the assistant manager who's got a bad record? I'm not saying Ryan Mason's going to do any better because he didn't do amazingly either. But the thing is, Kuva, would Ryan Mason get us 9 points based upon the sample size as we had for him over the number of years? We had him for a couple of months, didn't we? After we fired Mourinho, so he took over for like 2 or 3 months there. So I mean, in his sample size, would he get us 9 points? As crazy as it sounds.
I mean, yeah. I don't think Ryan Mason's the answer.
But is he a worse shout than what David's put in from this dude, Heitinga? I think James might be back. Are you back? Are you there, James?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
I've got some really bad lag on my network. I don't know what's going off, guys, so I do apologise. So I've just turned my camera off. Hopefully, I can't see anything, but I'm hearing voice and spirit.
I'm currently the face of the channel. That's all. How are we fallen from Dermot to me?
I don't think it's that much of a downgrade, mate. Don't tell him I said that, though. Don't make sure he doesn't watch his back.
What's your take, James? What have we got wrong?
Well, I mean, I've been. I think it's been said on numerous streams, and I know Tequila will probably agree with me on this one. This is a culmination of years of abuse on the football club.
Yeah.
Incorrect recruitment, knee-jerk reaction to manager sackings, and a completely and utterly mishmashed team who all play different styles of managers.
Yep.
I don't know if
So-
you read any of that.
I think we got
I
the gist. So
think
what's
we
the
got most of
solution?
it. Yeah.
What's the short-term solution?
Short-term solution? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so short-term solution, I think Thomas Frank is going to find himself sacked in the morning.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably go with Heitinger until the end of the season, and just on a wing and a prayer hope that we stay up. And then next season they'll say it's all going to be different and it'll be a full rebuild with a manager.
I think we've got it.
Who'll
Yeah, I think
have
his internet's playing up a bit.
money available, and have the board really desperately trying to like messes up completely to undercut Daniel Levy's valuation. Yes, it is, Zico. I am the Pontefract geezer. In the chat, he just says there. Is that the Pontefract geezer?
Chris Hughton is not a bad shout at all.
Chris
Do you
Albert's
think?
not a
Do you
bad
think?
shout,
Do
no.
you think he'd take it now?
I don't know.
I mean, he hasn't done much. I can't remember the last time When's the
No,
last
my
time he was in
camera's frozen.
management?
The last time I remember was
It
Norwich. I'm going to go and find out. I'm going to go and have a little look. Hughton. The last time I
Yeah.
remember was Norwich. So he's retired. He's 67. There's Harry Redknapp is currently on my TV screen, but he's not accepting the job. So the last
If Redknapp's phone, if you're watching Redknapp, see if his phone goes off. Some because might be Spurs giving him a call.
Why are you giving me? They're giving me Chris Hughton, the player. There you go, Chris Hughton. Without club, he's available, guys.
There you go.
His last job, he left his last job. He finished in 2024. Was for Ghana.
So it's only been a couple of years then. So he might still. Okay.
So and after Norwich, he was at Brighton for about 5 years. So I clearly missed that. And then he was at Forest for a year. So I don't know. It's looking towards exit. No, David. It's the reason why we're looking at ex-players is because
It's a feel-good factor, isn't it?
it's the feel-good factor because there needs to be some positivity in the club, and the easiest way to do that is somebody who has a direct connection with the club. But not only that, but we need somebody who's got a connection with the club so that they take the freaking job. Right, so that they don't look at it and go, well, why would I do that? We're not saying these are the managers we want. We're saying these are the managers we think we might be able to get. Right?
Who's got a soft spot for us? Who's going to be willing to put their backsides on the line? That's what we're after.
Thomas, I think getting Robbie Keane in. We've said don't get an emergency. Don't sign an emergency player on a permanent, emergency coach on a permanent. But getting Robbie Keane, and even if he gets relegated, giving him time to get us back up wouldn't be a bad shout.
I would be okay with Keane if he knew that short term, yes, he'd have it for 3 months just to get his hands in the water. But then next season, he would be the assistant manager to whoever the person we bring in. If he was okay, so we could learn off whoever this person is, Pochettino, whoever it is. If Keane would be okay to then stay, almost like Ryan Mason did, as an understudy for the manager, with the idea being that he would maybe be the manager after this manager. so he would learn on kind of on the job. I'd be more than happy to that. If Keane stays for next year, is like the assistant manager. That means firing Hurting or anything like that, but that's just the way that it is. I'd be okay with that because it's a long term idea. Robbie Keane can then learn, and then take over after the next manager, be it 4 years down. I don't know if he's willing to wait that long. This is assuming he's willing to, and he might feel for his career that wouldn't be a good idea. That maybe he should stay where he is. But I think that's the kind of deal I think that Keane would only even consider. He's not going to give up where he is now. I don't think for a 3-month job at Spurs, knowing that after that he'll be on his way, even if he succeeds. Unless they've said to him, unless you win all the lot of remaining games, and then we'd have to keep you on because that would be an incredible turnaround. We'd have to keep you on then. But is that realistic? Probably not. Stephen Kenny. Yeah.
I don't even know who Stephen Kenny is.
Yeah, it's if Dermo was on, Dermo be saying hell no. He was manager of Ireland. Dermo hated, so that's a little bit of a troll. That is, yeah. Gerard.
So, what can we say? It's a night when we desperately needed to get some sort of result, and I can now hear myself.
Sorry.
Is your internet better now, James?
It's a night where we desperately needed to get some sort of result, and they haven't been able to put it out of the bag. We've now got 10 days until, and let's be clear, the fans are voting with their feet. I haven't actually said this on stream. I put my ticket on the ticket exchange because I don't do midweek games at home. So I always put my midweek games, either sell them to a friend or I put them on ticket exchange. And nobody wanted my ticket for today, so I put on ticket exchange. And I found out today that my ticket isn't even listed for sale by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club because they only list the ticket exchange tickets once all the general sale tickets have been sold. And today there was still over 10,000 general sale tickets sold. So heaven knows how many, Gerard, I'm going to go and have a look. Heaven knows how many season ticket holders put their ticket on the exchange, but then they never, those tickets, and I am furious. I'm furious that the club have done this to me. That basically I cannot sell my ticket when I don't want to go because they just don't put it on for sale, and I've got no other way of putting it on the putting it up for sale. I'm so furious with the club.
I would be too, mate. But it just tells you the state we're in that they can't even sell. I mean, I always considered Newcastle to be a big game, and they can't even sell it out. That should tell you. Well,
is that better?
We hope so, James. Your internet's going crazy tonight, Prof.
I know. I don't know what's going off with it. I think my camera's working. I'm hoping
we can see you and hear you. So yeah.
Yeah. I do apologise, everyone. My obviously the weather's wreaking havoc on my internet tonight. It's pretty bad up here in Old Yorkshire.
Yeah.
It's probably about as much of it. My internet's probably about as much of a train wreck as our season.
And then some.
Yeah.
So, I mean, me and Raymond have been talking about desperation. We've all kind of thrown our 2 cents in, like, we've been plucking names out of the air, mainly ex-Spurs managers. You have any ideas who would be, if you could bring in an interim, which is probably the only chance you've got now, who would it be and why, James? Just who's top of the list?
Now, I did hear, because I was watching in the background, I did hear you mention the name Tequila, and I'm probably going to throw his name back into the hat as well. I'd go Martin Yol.
It's not a bad one.
I would go Martin Yol. Got a good affiliation with the club. The fans loved him, and very much in the similar ilk as Pochettino. The fans loved him. He had a bad start to the season. Daniel Levy sacked him. I think the fans who are still about from that era would welcome him back, and I think he'd get us a few results. I think we'd be able to pick something up. If we couldn't get Yall, I don't think Harry Redknapp would come back. I think he's too clever for that.
Just quickly, James, Yol did, I don't know if anyone remembers this, Yol did an interview on We Are Tottenham TV only a couple of years ago, and he still showed an awful lot of love for Spurs. He still seemed like he had all his faculties and stuff like that. So I actually think that could happen. I'm not saying it's going to at all, but it would all add up in my mind.
It'd be a good shout, wouldn't it?
For a couple of months. And you get to work with another Dutch kid. You get to work with. I'm sure he'd love to work with Van der Ven. Just an example. And Xavi Simons as well. I mean, a little bit of a Dutch thing. So, a couple of months.
Yeah, I would take him for a couple of months. Get him in, fresh philosophy, bit of a fresh look on it. Give the players, because we can sit here and we can slag the players off. We can slag Thomas Frank off. We can slag the board off, right? But the confidence in that dressing room and on that training pitch, it's got to be at rock bottom, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The confidence has got to be on the floor. I mean, look, Xavi Simons has probably been our best player for weeks. Yeah. Mickey van der Ven has been giving everything. There is players. I mean, look, I've been Kolo Muani's biggest advocate, but given what I've read about the game that he put in tonight, is just absolutely freaking.
I don't think Rain's going to join you on that.
No. I mean, no. I've fought his corner, but given what thingy, he doesn't look interested. He hasn't looked. He hasn't looked interested since Juve said they wanted him back in January and Spurs won't let him leave. But I think we were stupid not to let him leave. We should have let him go and brought somebody else in. I think a management change. Look, I wanted to give Frank time. I very much wanted to give him time and sort of say, look, I will judge him when he's had a fit first team and a fit full squad.
Oh.
So I'm going to answer. So Gerard. So whilst James sorts out his internet, I went and double checked, and the only place where I can find attendance for tonight is at the official Premier League on the official Premier League app, and they said 59,000. Not a chance there were 59,000 people there, and you've got to remember that actually, if they're going on tickets sold, everybody like me, right? Everybody like me who had a season ticket and tried to put it on the ticket exchange, but it never got on the ticket exchange because Tottenham didn't sell out the general set. My ticket would have counted as being sold. I paid for my ticket today, even though I didn't go. So there will have been thousands and thousands and thousands of us who didn't go, who were season ticket holders. I know 5 others in a WhatsApp group. Alone, who, including Johnny, who does stuff with Sean, including Sean, right? None of us could sell our season ticket. Why? Because we put it on the ticket exchange and they don't list it because they haven't got. Sorry, ain't there no more? No, the tourists have gone. There's no more tourists. The tourists I occasionally see some Korean fans. They're so sparse.
Well, Sonny's gone now, isn't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, there's almost none. And in fact, I felt really sorry. There was this family. There was a mum and two lads. I can't remember what game it was. Surprise, surprise! It was at home, so we lost. And the smallest lad, who was about 10, he was so enthusiastic. They were sitting in different places. I went and helped because they were sitting in different places, and I actually went and helped. And I said, "Look, come here. There's 2 places here." And I sorted it out so they sat together, right? not far from me, and we lost. That little lad was like 9 or 10. He was so excited, and then they let him down. This is what upsets me the most. I see so many little lads who are getting their dreams ruined by this football club. And I hope that they persist with us, and I hope that we turn a corner, because my lad used to absolutely love going to Wembley, and we were winning, right? He absolutely loved it. And then as soon as we went to the new stadium, and we had like a really bad patch, and he lost all interest, and he's not really interested in football at all. There are little lads right now who want to go to watch Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and they will become fans of different football clubs.
Yeah. BBC Rain, by the way, they flagged the attendance at 59,707. That's what BBC Sport have got it.
That was that just tickets sold though? But as Rain says, there could have been loads and loads of people who just.
Yeah, I think there was. I think that's the same that's on the Premier. There was not a chance. And anybody who was watching today thinks that there weren't 10,000 empty seats, is deluded. There was all you needed to do. There was just banks of seats. I'll text. I'll know at least 3 people who went. I'll text them and ask them, from their perspective. But it's absolutely, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a how did it make you feel, dude? You needed to be here for the last hour.
I mean,
so I think
shocking. I came out of work. I came out of work, and we are down to Newcastle and West Ham 1-0. I'm like, what the fucking hell is going on tonight? Look, I didn't think we'd beat, but I thought we'd be good enough for a draw, and we didn't even do that. It kind of says a lot, really, when you look at our top goal scorers throughout the season, and they're all defenders.
Well, yeah, it says everything.
It says a lot, really, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
And I don't think any one of those top goal scorers are over in double figures.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure really where we go from here, lads. To be honest with you, I just think it's just we just have to. Again, I don't even know if an interim will do anything. I really am really trepidatious that even getting rid of him now is going to just do much. I just don't know what's going to change, really. How long is it to the next game? Is it 10 days? Is it to the next game?
Yeah, because we don't play the weekend because we're out at FA Cup. So
will that make a difference then? If they get an interim, let's say they work their magic, right, and in the speed that they know who they want, whoever this magic person is, and then they're in tomorrow morning. That gives them 10 days, obviously, with the players who are going to be here, to install something. Is that why maybe if they are going to do it, now's the time, only because of this 10 days to get someone in tomorrow?
I would say so, yeah. Because I think, it was so the bit of breaking news that Dermo gave you before he jumped off. That came from my mate who works within the club, and he said that this is just it's ripping through the press areas straight away that he's been summoned to the boardroom after all post-match duties are completed. So it would not surprise me if it's discussed tonight, he's probably sacked tonight, but the official announcement might not come till tomorrow. If I were to give you a percentage of where my head is leaning on this, I would probably say he's probably 80% out at door, maybe even 85% out at door. there's very little me thinks that meeting's going to go and they're going to give him more time. But it's where if you're going to do it, now is the time, because like you say, Tequila, it gives us them 10 days. Gives them 10 days to get somebody in, get the players trying to understand what this, either if it's an interim coming in or it's the assistant manager stepping up. It gives them a bit of time on the training ground where they can just sort of say, right, let's reset. Let's forget about everything that's come before. Let's go. Let's start from now. But
well, we'll all know soon enough. If it's going to happen, we'll probably know by tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be up quite late just in case he gives me any update. And if I get any update later at night,
sure that Dermo, knowing
go
Dermo the way
live.
we do, James, Dermo, if it's 2 a.m., Dermo will come on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what it's like if it does go down.
I do.
Well, I suppose we can leave it there if you want, guys, unless you've got
Yeah.
anything else you want to say about
No,
tonight.
I just wanted to jump on and give you guys a bit of a leg up. Obviously, I know Dermo dropped off and I just got landed in from work, so I just thought, sod it, and we'll jump on and give the guys a bit of a leg up and throw me 2 pence into that.
If he gets sacked, James, we need to make sure you're on a bus. We need to get you on that bus as soon as possible.
Yeah, get on a bus.
For your
I'll find
emergency
the night
sacking.
bus.
No matter what the bus is, you just get on it. No matter where it's going, just get on it.
Yep.
And then do the recording. That's all we ask.
Yeah,
all right, then, guys.
definitely.
Well, I'm not sure when Dermo's on next. Dermo's taking a couple of days off, so I'm not exactly sure. I have messaged him, but he hasn't gotten back to me. Because I've asked him when's he on next, but he hasn't got back to me. So he will be probably within the next couple of days. You'll see him back. So I suppose from Rain, where can people find you, mate?
I don't want to do this right now. I just want
Okay, then
He just wants to go.
Rain just says, I just want to go to bed. Right then, James, I'll ask you the same question. If you say, I just want to go to bed, then that's fine too.
Well, I ain't going to bed because I'm going to keep my ear to ground on, see if anything happens with Thomas Frank. But if you want to find me, you can find me on here or you can find me on X at THFC James.
And me, you can find me on here with the boys and on the Play Pouch, which is just a gaming channel where there's going to be South Park up next. But I'm a bit like Rain. I'm going to go to bed soon myself, I think. So, yes, from us three, I hope you enjoyed your therapy. Spurs lose again. Maybe we'll have a new manager in the next 24 hours. We'll see. But from all of us here, good night, and we'll see you next time. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
There we are.
Tottenham till I die. Raise a banner.